Sacco and Feliz, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFeliz.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Across America, there are elections, primary elections, runoff elections, to-be runoff elections, all kinds of elections. But the only one that you and I really are vaguely curious about is the Los Angeles mayor, with Karen Bass, existing mayor, running against Spencer Pratt, out-of-work actor. Right now, Karen has 37% of the vote. This is absolutely this minute. And Spencer Pratt has 30% of the vote. Those are the total votes right now. The first results of the Los Angeles mayoral race are in. The polls closed at 8 L.A. time. 47% of the expected vote has been counted. Mayor Karen Bass is leading the pack with 37%, followed by Spencer Pratt with 30%. They predicted maybe he'd get 6%. There are some facts about Spencer Pratt that seem to be obscured because suddenly he's announced that he's a Republican. And what's been forgotten is that he was on a Today Show segment in 2010 with Al Roker, and the name of the segment was What's Worst About America? Everything Bad About America. And they isolated a bunch of things that were bad about America, and Spencer and his girlfriend Heidi Montag represented reality TV. Please note that the reality TV show they were on, The Hills, was not on NBC or a corporation owned by NBC, and therefore they could say whatever they wanted. They also put out a rap album. Spencer called himself the Great White Rapper. The thing I give him credit for is that he stuck with that woman, that Heidi Montag, even though she looks nothing like who he married. There's been every known filler has been put into her face. And on the radio, we use lots of fillers, but nothing like she's got. The Heidi Montag fillers are stunning. He was very smart not to show up on the campaign trail with her, because she is a polarizing figure for the 8 or 9 people who know who she is. Yes, they put out a rap album. He was in a segment called Everything Bad About America. He's got 30% of the vote. Karen Bass has 36% of the vote. Nobody except you and me thought that would happen. Anybody who was on the Democratic side, anybody who was not a Republican, anybody looking at it from the outside, we'd see it and we'd go, what the hell is that mayor doing? Answer, nothing. As her city burned, she was in Africa watching an African accept an award, witnessing that, promising never to have left the city for any sort of adventure, not wasting taxpayer money. Those are all the things she promised. And then when the President of the United States came there in his first week in office to help clean up the mess of the Pacific Palisades fire, he knew what the problem was going to be. Permits, permits, permits. Especially the closer you get to the water, the permits for construction get more and more complex with the federal EPA, the California EPA. And what he said, which he did, he would eliminate all federal permitting problems, that he would eliminate every problem there was in getting a federal permit. Therefore, all of the problems in rebuilding the Pacific Palisades would be because of the insane environmental laws of California. There's no place harder to do business than California. Forget the taxes. The real tax is the amount of time in hell that one has to spend dealing with permits, labor laws, lawsuits, endless lawsuits. They sue each other for sport there, and the results are negligible. Karen Bass has advanced In the general election, she's advancing to the general election to become mayor of Los Angeles again. At this moment, she has 36% of the vote. Spencer Pratt has 29% of the vote, and then somebody we don't know has 21% of the vote. The person who we don't know, this Rahman, has screwed it up for both of them. She has 21% of the vote. She could have never won no matter what. A heavily progressive candidate. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass faces two serious challengers as she battles for a second term amid major criticism of her time in office. Major criticism. Former reality TV star Spencer Pratt, a Republican whose home burned to the ground in the Palisades fire, is coming at Bass from the right, while City Council member Nithya Raman, a former Bass ally and Democratic Socialists of America member, is challenging Bass from the left. If a candidate gets a majority of the vote, they will win the election and go on. If not, the top two candidates from all party primaries advance to general election. Again, 36% of the vote has gone to Karen Bass, the incumbent mayor of Los Angeles, and Spencer Pratt, also known as the Great White Rapper, has 29% of the vote. But neither bear any resemblance to being impressive. She's done a terrible job. She also has a horrible history. She has major issues in her past, which I won't bore you with. And Spencer Pratt, he's the Great White Rapper.
Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball.
This week, come out to the ballpark as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars at Staten Island University Hospital Community Park for a homestand on June 10th. For a 5-game series as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars. Individual game tickets start at just $12.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.